There's a book called If I Were God. And I often wonder, as I go through the different stories in the Torah, I just wonder, I don't know, if I were God, I might have done things a little differently. I might have given a little bit of a different plot. And I think the same thing applies to this week's Torah portion at first glance. When you go through the story, one of the most famous stories in the entire Torah, the story of the Mabul, of the flood, and of Noah with his ark and all the animals in the ark. I just wonder, okay, there's the decision that's made. The world is morally corrupt. It is not functioning as a society. We have to start all over again. But why a flood? Why is the flood necessary? Why do we need to have this building of the ark for 120 years to build an ark, to have animals of all species go inside of it? I don't know. If I were God, I could have made things a little simpler. I could have just had everybody die and just start with Noah instead of having a flood where the entire world is wiped out. You don't need the ark. Why is all of it necessary? And so there's a beautiful idea that I saw that says that the ark wasn't there to save Noah as a way of just leaving the flood. The ark was there. Why did Noah have to build an ark? It was for him. It was to teach him a lesson. It wasn't just a way of escaping. God had this whole plan to teach Noah a lesson, because Noah lived amongst a society that was morally corrupt. Everything was breaking apart. Stealing was rampant. It was all over the place. And so it was there to teach Noah a lesson. That Noah in the ark, what did he have to do the entire time that he was in the ark? Day in and day out, he had to take care of all of the creatures, of all of the animals, day in and day out. You know how grueling, you know how much effort has to be put in? There is no time to relax. And it was there to teach Noah the lesson that you have to care for another. You have to care for the animals. You have to care for people. You have to care for, it's not about yourself. Obviously, you have to take care of yourself, but you have to look at others. You have to look towards others. You have to care for others, something which was missing in his generation. And so Hashem had to create a plan. It was such a beautiful plan. It was the perfect plan. Hashem, God, had to create a plan to say, you know what, we're starting over again. But when we start over again, we're going to be based on the concept of looking out for others, about caring for others. And this is a beautiful lesson as we go into this week's Torah portion, as we go and study the flood, to understand how we have to be built and based and founded upon this idea of looking and caring and reaching out towards others. Have a wonderful Shabbos.